but I'm not going to say it wasn't the case.
Interesting.
Either way, Minuts was playing this, quote unquote carry artillery here. Had some very favorable scrims against some pretty damn good teams.
Well, clearly Complexity, specifically B-Kid, doing some research there and getting some information because, again, we didn't get to see them this last weekend, but I assume that they've been still scrimmaging quite a bit, and obviously they've been playing in this event as well here.
Looks like, sorry, I just wanted to add one more thing
No.
here, Breaky, but looks like Kraken has seen some appearance coming out as well.
Interesting. Okay, is that the match yesterday? Okay, yeah, they played. Well, they played Pikachu yesterday for the Sound Blast Heroes League. They beat them 2-0.
Well, this was against QSQ as well here.
Against Q Squad. Well,
Yeah,
anyways, we'll see. You see right-click on Kraken, in fact, coming out from Limp right here. Speaking of that, how about that?
Yeah,
Fun to
I
see him
mean,
again.
I think we recall Tralfi say he thought Kraken was still a badass hero. I think Kraken's a badass hero.
Yeah.
A lot of people I've heard think that hero is amazing and still potentially usable. And
His ultimate, I mean, it's something to reckon with. It's kind of like a Tempest ultimate in a sense, but
okay, well,
you're not
they were
channeling it, obviously. But
yeah, and they reverted a lot of the nerfs to him, and the ultimate, which was the final blow to him, which when he stopped getting used, was made it so Shrunken Head basically just nullified the effects of it. No longer.
true.
No longer. You can still get pulled in. You can still get stunned through it. So that was reverted. People just never went back to trying him out.
Well, this game, again, we'll see if Kraken maybe gets picked up. But, again, clearly the research being done in Complexity using one of their two blind bands on an artillery. I mean, that goes to show you. Clearly, Trademark Esports has been doing something very successful with it recently.
Yeah.
The banning phase is coming up right here, but we got to start talking about what's up.
Rally was banned out. That just, I mean, okay, yes, it gets banned out, but
Pebbles and Rally, yeah.
well, no, but more importantly, when you see Rally, you think Kraken. Kraken gets screwed over a little bit by Rally. Just
True.
hit swords a little bit more.
True. That's it. You're right. So we'll maybe favoring something like that Kraken pick, which would be fun to see. The locking phase, we had a Tempest into a Parasite Moon Queen, Pharaoh, Bubbles, and then Deadwood to finish things off. And then you see the bands right there. Fade, Pebbles, Draconis, Rally, Zephyr, Wild Soul. Master of Arms is ultimately going to be the first pick coming out here from Complexity, though. Complexity, they're coming off their win off of TT Esports yesterday. I know that we were watching that series against them, and Complexity did look pretty damn good, as you would expect against them.
Oh, yeah.
Again, obviously, TT Esports, they continuing to go through some changes themselves somewhat, but Complexity taking them out 2-0, thus why they are here. tdM defeating Pikachu, like I was talking about. There's Torture Luna, the response for tdM.
Torture Kraken used to be a very powerful combo, and same with the Polywog Kraken. You see those heroes on the same team and ripping it up together, just in the lineups of the past.
You're hoping for that.
I am.
Trying to align
The more I
stars
push
here.
it, the more I push it, the more it's
The better chance, I guess.
yeah. Just
So back over to Complexity. I mean, how about that lock pool, though? I mean, especially just seeing a Moon Queen in there. Very dangerous hero to have in there. Whether or not tdM or Complexity eventually plays it, we'll see. In fact, who do you think? I mean, is there an obvious first pick to you out of that lock pool, or is it pretty?
it will. I mean, honestly, you need
very-
to see the flavor of the go for the rest of the picks because right now they still haven't defined their lineup. So it would be too hard to say. We've seen Moon Queen first pick see devastating, but we've also seen the snowball impact that Deadwood can have. The fact of the matter is, yeah, there's a Parasite and a Tempest, so two very powerful junglers.
Yeah.
Depending on how they want to pace their lineup, they don't necessarily see. You can take both technically, but neither team seems to be shaping up their lineup for it. So it's just right now, it leads me to believe that they're not aiming for Tempest. Maybe with the Andromeda pick, it leads me to believe they're planning on first picking something more like a Parasite, more like a Moon Queen, more like a Deadwood, something that will. Well, they already have the Masters. They might not want to even carry. They might not even be planning on Moon Queen, but just something that isn't Tempest because they grabbed that as a Tempest counter.
Yeah.
And a potential Pharaoh as well. Counter.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what B-Kid values here as far as that first pick, whether or not it's even snap picked or even thought about a little bit. But back over here to my notes, of course, for tdM. Going to be deciding on the third and final pick now. The Kraken option still there on the board.
Yeah, I know. I lost the
pump
for it. I lost the pump for it.
It's like, not anymore.
Let's see. I told you I wasn't going to keep it going because
gee, what a stretch.
Once you lose the spark, you lose the spark.
Yeah.
It might come back next game.
Maybe. We'll see.
Just maybe.
Moraxis, the final pick, though, for tdM. Again, clearly a hero that Limp specifically plays very well. Okay, Moon Queen.
Yeah, they got the double damage aura as well into the late game.
Yeah, you're right. Andromeda and Moon Queen bringing that to the table. Going to be interesting to see how they lane it here with that said now.
Well,
but
Masters the name of his game is versatility, and besides that, they are guaranteed a jungler if they so desire. So, not really a stretch by any means here.
You could go like a Tempest Parasite here if you're tdM. Kind of to take maybe that jungle option away for complexity and change them up a little bit.
Exactly. We talked about they can make it work no matter what though, because of the fact that Master is versatile. So a team like Stay Green is a team we would see draft the Tempest and the Parasite a lot, or the Tempest and the Ophelia a lot. So wouldn't be entirely shocking.
Parasite.
Okay. Yeah, they are going to go the Tempest Parasite. So if anything, it just makes complexity decision. Now they're going to have to decide now from that, as far as what they want to go with, because you got to figure. Obviously, now they're going to do some kind of dual lane setup, maybe a trial lane setup, but probably dual lane setup here.
Well, actually, Deadwood might result in some funky. I mean, they can make it work just because of the fact that Magmus can wind up soloing crap, but they might want to just go with a safer option that doesn't need farm. Something like a Bubbles or Pharaoh could just. Yeah. And Pharaoh provides them with another Tempest counter. Bubbles provides counter initiation. Deadwood provides potentially, that burst and the pick off potential, the minus armor in combination with Andromeda, just giving them something to sort of set their fight around. But they have a lot of ways to respond on tdM, so I don't know if that's actually going to be the wisest.
I think it Bubbles here. Moonmiander's just been playing it very well. Okay, no, they're going to go Pharaoh.
They did. Well, I guess on one way you could look at it is they have two ways to deal. We talked about if they were to pick it up. Okay, it is another Tempest counter. I don't know. It is a way. Moon Queen is a hard late game hero. What do we know about Pharaoh?
He is good against that.
He's good against that because of the fact. Well, no, he's good against that because of the fact. Other scaling because of the fact that he blocks the Ancients with his rockets. Yes. So with that happening,
very, very general.
Yeah, no. It works. It works. So blocking the Ancients with those rockets is able to sort of taper off their scaling into the late game a little bit, and maybe start at the Moon Queen a little bit more at the same time.
Okay. All right. So we'll see from complexity here now to see how this lineup of theirs works for them. Of course. Trademark Esports, they did get a strong lineup themselves. That really does make you want to see that artillery even that much more with that whole using the blind ban on him and maybe even using as a jungler, but obviously not going to be the case this game here. Parasite going boots right off the bat, it looks like. Whether or not he keeps that or sells them eventually, we'll see, but going to rush down there to get that Ward of Sight down immediately. Okay, it looks like they're good to go coming out of the pause. Apparently complexity. Need a little bit more time here before they are good to go. Good old bathroom breaks at the beginning. It happens. But yeah, so here we are. Complexity versus Trademark Esports. Again, if you are just tuning in, well, first off, you missed out on an amazing series that we just had. Second off, and maybe in the it's probably a result that you weren't expecting. If you are just tuning in, Stay Green losing to Lion Esports Club in their semifinal matchups. The Lion Esports Club will play tomorrow in the grand finals, which obviously, which will be a best of the five. Best of the five tomorrow, straight up best of the five. There's no penalty. There's no winners losers bracket. It is a single elimination event. So starting from scratch, 0-0, best of the five series coming at you tomorrow. The winner of this versus Lion Esports Club. For the finals, it's really a $20,000 prize pool, $12,000 for first place, and again $8,000 for second place. So a lot of money on the line. Again, one more big shout out to there's going to be more, but anyway, shout out to Sound Blaster for putting this event together. It's been a definitely big success. It's got its times from just great matches to a little bit of drama. Okay, what would be a tournament though without some drama, right? But in the end, it seems like it is finishing very, very strong, and that's ultimately what matters. So. The Ward of Sight is successfully placed by Minutes here. He's using those boots to get down there as fast as possible. And gets that off, so good for Trademark Esports. And complexity will fall back now.
That's Moon lately, I feel like he's been playing this Pharaoh extremely well.
Pharaoh and Bubbles, yeah.
Yeah, Pharaoh and Bubbles especially. I mean, he knows those heroes inside and out. Always usually do see that. Chalice route as well, so he keeps up that rocket spam across neutral cramps all over. We've seen him start rocketing the mid lane to help with kills or assist. Just a fantastic job making sure he's useful no matter what he's doing.
Andromeda coming up here has that Ward of Sight still, just waiting for the right time to eventually place it. Wants to wait a little bit here before she does to make sure to get it down so that you can have it up for that 6-minute rune, of course, as well. Middle lane, though. Master of Arms Magnus is how it's going to look. Magnus being played with Beacon, of course. Riser on the Master of Arms, really playing the secondary support here. Andromeda still kind of just chilling here for now, waiting to see the exact lane setups, perhaps. May go for an early Bloodlust kill here in the middle lane. Moraxis, you know, he can be tanky, but at level 1, can be just as susceptible as anyone else, so.
Yeah, he's 500 health.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
3 armor, it's like, okay,
Doesn't have a Quakestone even just yet.
No.
Oh, Andromeda charging in, but no. Didn't want to wait too long. Figured they'd maybe go for something there, but Limp's able to react to it, and Andromeda will instead now run to the bottom lane. So they really just wanted to see how exactly the setup was going to be, it looks like. But in the end, Pharaoh's also adjusting as a result of this Torturer Luna up here. You got Pharaoh kind of just falling back, realizing he's not going to have too much of a good time up there, so. Complexity making their early game adjustments somewhat. Result of these laning phase.
We usually don't see this whole free-farmed Moon Queen gig end too well. Well, I guess it's not total free-farm, though we do see a Tempest here, able to deny some of the gold that he'll be achieving, and Zai, being a Suicide Master, sort of knows what he's onto. Uh-oh.
You see that combo
Speak
right
of the
there.
devil.
Yeah, it's not going to be a kill by any means, but it's a lot of pressure being put on Tempest. He does have a health potion ultimately. He does have those trees, of course, so as long as he plays it just fine. Zai, of course, a great Suicide role player in general. But the kill potential is most certainly there between Moon Queen and Andromeda, so you need to be careful for that, of course. If you are Tempest, top rune going to be raced for, it looks like. Aluna's going up here with Master of Arms, support for support, who will actually get it. Farrell's actually joining the party as well. Fiske being completely caught off guard right here. Doesn't have anything other than the Tormented Soul, though. So he may actually end up surviving. Looks like he will. Double damage rune going to spawn, though. And it is going to be picked up by Master of Arms. The protection works out for complexity, but again, Farrell being there, that means this top lane, Torture is getting absolute 100% free farm here.
Yep. Well, Torture free farm and trade off Moon Queen. Mostly free farm. He's only at 230 gold per minute now, but that will take off. Part of that is due to the Tempest denying back the lane and yeah, having a little bit more.
You see Parasite over here in the jungle. Again, the counter ward for Franzi was able to be placed, preventing the Ward Aside from blocking it for longer. So good job by Franzi right there.
Yep.
Going to now start taking advantage of that pull once he's able to stack it, so by the 4-minute mark.
Yep, I just love aggressive Parasite. Well, I guess, yeah, now that they have a dual lane mid versus dual lane, the aggressive Parasite, definitely a huge playmaker. Ooh, and look, a perfect minion for it.
Gets the Catman champion. He's going to pull it out. They'll just stack the camp right here. So not really going to go for a gank, it looks like. Andromeda roaming back towards the middle lane in the meantime. Going to maybe try to set something up here herself. Still just level, or is level 2 actually, so has both the comment on the Aurora. But not going to really get the best of chances. Knows Moon Queen's having that good time down here at the bottom lane. Doesn't really need her presence here, the whole time at least. And once again, once he's able to stack this camp, we'll then be able to pull it. But Vulture Lord going to be taken over by Parasite, and he'll just continue to farm. There are a couple of Wild Hunters here for Parasite in that pull camp, so if he can maybe get over here and take advantage of that, that would be good for Trademark Esports, of course. Pharaoh's still level 1. He's obviously 0 creep kills, very little to no experience. It's a very difficult situation for him. I mean, can he do really much more? Maybe go to the jungle. I mean, he is stacking the Ancients, it looks like, at least, or he did at least once.
Yeah, he's just holding in there. He's using his rockets where he can, and that's it.
Would Bubbles be having a better time right now?
Not particularly. I mean, he probably might feel like he can get more aggressive and maybe hide in the woods, pick up some experience, and yeah, it just this is a rough lane. Yeah, Bubbles probably be able to get a little bit more, but Pharaoh's gonna have a lot of utility as the game goes on. I wouldn't really
look too much into it.
Too much into the pick there. Yeah.
He is sitting on that pooled regen and obviously not even remotely using it. I will say that, and that's kind of a little interesting.
Can always catch up later.
Yeah. But in the end, yeah, still level 1. We'll keep an eye on that, though, to see how Moon Meander progresses throughout this game. Struggling start indeed. Parasite was over here at the Wild Hunters as if they did block the stack attempt, it looks like. So Franzi instead is going to go ahead and do the single pull. Not the most efficient, but it still accomplishes at least a little bit of something. Maybe try to go for the next camp, but even that you see Parasite taking over the Minotaur, going to go for Moon Queen. But Moon Queen's already fallen back, so she's going to be fine too.
Yeah. Not like they can quite drop Moon Queen with a Parasite and Tempest right now still. Ooh.
Yeah, he's coming over, but we're still
Yes,
just harass.
wasn't
Pull the
perceptive.
creep wave here.
Yeah. Well, it's
Screwing
gonna help
things up even
Tempest.
more. Yeah, Parasite's just not getting kills, but he's definitely being a nuisance here.
Yep.
For complexity to deal with early on. So
Yeah, you can tell on the EXP and gold graph there that they're doing their job. No kills, but it's as if they had gotten a few already. You know, it's in the end, resources are what matter.
yeah, Torture has plenty of those early on. Level 6, he's got how much gold? Nearly 2,000 gold saved up. So he is just pulling up that gold. And right as I say that, he's heading over to the observatory here. Maybe going to finish okay. Me going the Ghost Marchers route. Being Noob G after all. Going the Ghost
You
Marchers.
hated Ghost Marchers.
The exact opposite. Loves them Ghost Marchers. I'm going to use them here on Torture. You see Pharaoh's just sitting nearby. Knows that there's nothing more he could really do. Just trying to maybe stay in that experience range. But an invisible Luna's running up here. But it seems like Pharaoh maybe initially saw her pick that up. So is going to just play very passive from here on out.
I like that Moon at least is taking no deaths up here. He is playing it very safe, but isn't feeding the enemy team any more gold or any more of a lane advantage. Pretty tough for him because, yeah, Torture at this point with level 4 impalement can definitely run him down.
Yeah, the level 4. So good for pushing towers, but also good for those melee heroes. You can get caught and get them caught. So level 6 Moon Queen down here. Her farm is good. 270 gold per minute right now, but again, when you compare it to the Torture especially, it seems a little bit behind. But Torture level 7 has that 350 gold per minute. You see Parasite now joining him. They're going to most likely push this top lane in here pretty heavily. They have a double Hell Cannon push here. So going to make the most of it. So good timing coming out from Trademark Esports. And this should
That's
be a
right.
free tower kill.
Yeah,
I mean,
double Hell Cannons, man. That is
one controlled by
absurd.
Parasite on top of that. And that helps.
just a little bit. You did choose to get level 3 and fast. I have a feeling he could kill Keep it at 3 and at levels 7 and 8 get his nuke.
Yeah. So not going to push the tower fully. In fact, there's a little bit of a response here. Both Andromeda and Master of Arms actually joining the party. They don't want to give up a free tower kill just yet at this top side, and it's only going to be Torture coming back for now. You see the Aurora, the Goo is going to be put down, and Pharaoh's going to tank the creep wave here. So yeah, they're going to prevent any tower push happening here at this point. So coming up to 8 minutes now. It seems like tdM will instead just fall back and continue to farm for the time being.
Yep. Pretty absurd anti-push between Andromeda and Master of Arms.
Always plenty of that with those two. You mentioned the double R dimensional link and, of course, the lunar glow here for Moon Queen. Obviously, Moon Queen's only works on the range, but still, that'll be very impactful for Moon Queen specifically, and especially in even that Master of Arms as he may progress here. Playing a secondary support, really. But Moon Queen is continuing to free farm herself. How's Moraxis coming along? He actually is getting close to finishing Steam Boots, it looks like, so he's just working on his build-up here. Before eventually that portal key, of course. And we got Tempest with 1,100 gold saved up, so Zai is doing some Ancients, or was doing some Ancients there.
Right. He did pick up his vestments, I mean, early on, the Meraxis as well, so yeah, he is actually doing pretty damn well.
Magnus has that haste room bottled up here. See if maybe can make use of that. B-Kid is managing 38 and 9 here in the middle lane. Moraxis 40 and 10, so pretty close back and forth there between these two. Magnus versus Moraxis.
Meraxis did have to start out solo for a little bit of time there. Luna did,
True.
of course, rotate and join him in the end, but yeah, he did have to start out in a little bit of a bad position.
They're going to do the Ancients in the meantime. Eruption even going to be used by Magnus right here. Won't kill them just yet, but he's going to kind of reset right here using the hasten, using those bottle charges. And he'll be able to come back in with that lava. So we talked about that even in just last series, how, you know, why not use those big ulti cooldowns? You know there's not going to be a fight, more than likely that involves you using it, so use it to make the farm a little bit more efficient. And Magnus's farm definitely jumping up as a result of all this. Good for B-Kid there. And
yeah, and they had someone rotate to take the middle lane. Top lane has sort of been washed for a while, so while they were doing it, they still kept efficient control of resources. So it's not like they sacrificed a lot more. Top tower fell, but it was getting low.
Yeah, getting low, but Torture, you look at that farm now, really jumping up 360 gold per minute. He's on his way to that Gnome's Wisdom. I mean, if that's what he chooses to go for. I guess it doesn't necessarily mean to be that, but We see a lot of torches in this role. Let's get that lately.
Yeah, he is against the Pharaoh.
priority.
We don't always, you don't always have to get it just because you're against the Pharaoh, and it is. We've seen it be a very effective build-up item. Yeah, a little bit curious to see. I feel like it'd be good.
Yeah, the route will be good in the end. For Noob G here and for Trademark Esports, but look at this, 10.5 minutes in and 0 hero kills so far. The classic complexity versus Trademark matchup.
Yeah.
Love these, man.
True. Yeah, just given the trend of torturers lately, yeah, Tablet would be pretty solid, but just expected to see a Gnomes more so. Meanwhile, what do we got here? Whispering Helm, almost finished for Moon Queen. Yeah, so her farm 3-10, not taking off quite like torturers, but A, she doesn't have a tower push, and nor a tower last hit, and then B, she doesn't have her farming mechanism yet. So
Franzi, as usual, doing a good job of stacking as well for him. You see right there. Gonna clean those up. We'll have the Whispering Helm now. But we'll see how that, again, the jungle keeps kept up for him as he's gonna farm the lane though once again. For now. But don't really expect, I mean, I'm trying to sit here and think. I guess that Portakeel Moraxis is where, you know, maybe you start to see tdM get a little more aggressive. But they do have a Parasite who's started off in the aggressive jungle. But again, although he was being a nuisance, it wasn't really setting up kills necessarily.
I mean, they're out farming right now. They don't need to do anything. They can look for pickoffs and they'll get it, but they can afford to play it too.
Well, yeah, you do look at the overall. I'm just actually noticing that 4,000 gold lead. Okay, it's going to go down a little bit right there because of the tower kill for complexity. But
Hexer did manage to pick up the last hit for it as well, much like his counterpart Torture there on the other side. So their gold per minute now with that tower kill evening out a lot more, combined with that Whispering Helm pickup, he's already up 2,000 gold. See, I'm talking about how they're out farming him, but you don't want to go too long because Moon Queen does eventually begin to explode. They have a bunch of nice nukage coming out. Moon Meander on this Pharaoh, now with his Chalice completed, now with his Striders completed, and he's level 6.
Parasite does finish the level 4 Infest, by the way. He's actually running around with the Invis right now. He's going to use a Leech and the Face Hug right there on Andromeda. Not enough for the kill, though. Charge not going to come out. Tempest charging in, but not nearly enough for the kill. So, was hoping that his teammates would maybe be a little bit closer right there, but the level 5 Andromeda able to tank really all that damage there. Not the most output from Parasite with only that level 2 Leech and the level 1 Face Hug.
Yeah, that's...
And then no minion, obviously.
It's opting to go more of a farming route, I guess, but he's not really just aggressively, passively farming. I mean, I guess it's alright. I don't really care much for it.
You like the aggressive jungle.
I like the aggressive everything.
I showed in your play style, yeah.
Yeah. Last night.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Well, there's more... You have more room to be liberal in your laning approach in a public game, of course.
Yeah. Those are good times. I carried our team last night, but
it's not even
Emperor
true.
kept feeding. I had to do my best to...
About 5% true.
It's close. It's close. All right, so Magnus, I mean, he's also continuing to kind of climb up. With the more access, those does continue to be in the better. Okay, Torture does end up finishing the tablet, so he does get the tablet route here. He actually picked up a Helm of the Victim, though, before he finished it. I mean, and of course, he's still sitting on that, so kind of interesting there. Maybe just to help his jungle farm a little bit.
Yeah.
But
well, he did go tablet. Cool.
But, yeah, so I would assume a Shaman's Headdress, and then maybe a Barry Auto from there. Interesting, though, against this Legion team especially.
Yeah, well, they have Tempest already building the Astrolabe, so yeah. A quick barrier idol coming out on top of the Astrolabe, maybe that's what they're going for.
It's always good, sure. This Legion team doesn't scream like immense magic damage to me, but it's always
Queen ultis, man.
Well, of course.
Queen ulti for days, and that's coming out. That's guaranteed magic damage coming out at least, so.
True.
Yeah.
You got plenty physical, too.
You do. And besides, if you can counteract, just, yeah, say one Magnus stun plus that. I mean, it's only 400. It doesn't, it's like, if you already prevent at least some nukage, it's like more doesn't exactly matter in the first place. You're only preventing 400, so.
True. 2,100 golden Moraxis if he gets this Archer here. Yes, he will. Okay, so he has enough for the portal key now. He'll go ahead and purchase that once the courier's back at base, most likely. And pick that up. Magnus, in the meantime, at 1,300 himself, so B-Kid still trying to finish his own. Master of Arms, again, this is your really secondary support Master of Arms here. pretty sure I just saw him. I thought okay, maybe it's just him finishing his steam boost. So your steam is a power supply.
Yeah.
And much else. How was Pharaoh recovered? Pharaoh's level 6. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
no,
level
yeah,
6.
he's been level 6 for a while. He's had that Strider's Chalice combination, and just there's the eruption again. Just
try to get that portal key here. Get very close at least.
and at the same time, we'll probably get Pharaoh his level 7, hopefully. Yeah, I know he's had 6 for a while, so I hope no.
Last
moving.
one. Nope. Yeah.
Okay,
nope.
he's got to be very, very,
Very
close,
close.
at this point. I wish I could check.
Yeah, about that. That is one of a couple things I definitely wish. Energizer route here on Haxorant. Going the Energizer Moon Queen. So the Whispering Helmet to Energizer, and I think I just saw him purchase the Mighty Blade.
Well, I don't know if I said it much casting with you, but I've said it a lot in the past. I like the Energizer build-up on Moon Queen.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a great, very smooth item. Very effective for her, especially in the chase down. Just gives you those extra stats. I like it a lot. Although when I would see it, I would like it instead of like the Whispering Helm route if you just go straight more for battle and an aggressive team.
Yeah.
Of course, that helps you farm neutrals, but anyway, it's still nice.
Boraxis using his ultimate there at the bottom lane. I'm not sure about that. If they thought they had a kill chance. Did Tempest ulti? No. I don't know. I caught that kind of the tail end of that, so I'm not sure about the exact picture of whether that was just simply a misclick or they thought they had to jump on somebody. Okay, he did have the portal key, so maybe they tried to jump somebody, and maybe it's the Moon Queen down here. I'm not even sure, but anyways, not making the best use of it, but it is a short cooldown, so not, again, the biggest deal in the world. Obviously has a portal key, as does Magmus, though, and back to the middle end we go, apparently. There's the Codex finished on Parasite.
Nice.
So going the Codex route this time around.
And definitely with that Nick Mex out with 1 point of his Draining Venom, and with the Codex, there's a lot more opportunities to be aggressive. Is going Striders to complement it.
Mm-hmm. You see Magmus stunning in right there, and then Portal King away immediately. Just kind of having fun, if not getting a couple of creep kills there in the process. Astrolabe finished on Tempest. So I guess Noob G just sitting on this Helm of the Victim here. Just simply getting it for the regen early on in the armor. I know that we've seen it. I know Slicks has definitely had a history of doing this before,
Yeah, I remember back in the day. Well, there is a lot of minus armor coming out here.
Yeah.
It is helping him farm lane a bit more. There's a lot of minus armor, Andromeda, Master of Arms, Pharaoh Rockets providing a lot of harass. This gives him a form of health regen. So if he's getting pelted with Pharaoh Rockets, he still gets to generate life in the end and isn't kept below.
Yeah. Moon Queen gonna port back to base. I got it. I don't want to be negative Nancy here, man, but we're 18 minutes into the game and there's still no Bloodlust. I don't know what the record is for the longest no Bloodlust kill, but honestly, I feel like it's getting.
If you
up
answer
there.
nobody, you're getting a heads up.
Yeah. 18 minutes, no Bloodlust kill yet. Jesus.
Oh.
That is a long
There has been a lot of
time frame.
positioning. There's been a lot of little back and forths, but just no reason to commit yet for either side. You know what? Complexity, though, I will say, the windows for them to get kills has not been the greatest. tdM has been moving together really well as a team.
Yeah.
Farming up very safely, and you know what? They actually kind of won the laning phase, so kind of hard for Complexity to say, hey, we're going to go for a kill right now.
Well, yeah, I'm more so looking at tdM because look at the Moon Queen. Moon Queen's now 442 gold per minute. Trademark Esports does push the bottom tower, and obviously that'll help them overall. And overall, the golden experience are in their favor. But you're going to be dealing with the Moon Queen, who has a shrunken head here shortly now. Shrunken head, Whispering Helm, Energizer.
It's a whole 200 gold away. Don't get ahead of yourself. I mean, it's got a long time before. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's full of the sarcasm, aren't you?
It's one of those days, I guess.
19 minutes in, and yeah, she will have that here pretty much. That's, again, really coming up fast. And as usual, definitely can be impactful here for the Legion team. So, not that the window's closing for tdM by any means, but I just feel like, aggression isn't a bad thing sometimes. That's all to say that.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I mean, Shrunken Head is now completed by Moon Queen. I mean, 4,000 gold and I guess 4,000 gold, 3,000. It's not the worst case to be in, of course, but if they win a team fight now, of course, they'll just amplify. But yeah, just still waiting for this this bomb to explode.
Mm-hmm. Is he leveling up the Codex? I think he might be. I hate how we can't check the items when he's in there. Minion. I think I just saw him deliver the next level of the Codex, though.
It would make sense, yeah.
Parasite. Sure. So, possibly having that, and we can't check over here either. Anyways, so even more burst damage potential from him.
Yep.
At this, I mean, this is all complexities right in here. I mean, if this keeps up, your Moon Queen, she's already pretty crazy, but now she's got, maybe that Geometer's May next in line, and that'll be a lot of damage coming out from her already.
Yeah, let's see. Parasite. He's there. His Codex is level 2. As you mentioned,
Okay.
Helm of the Black Legion almost finished by Meraxis. Shrunken Head about to be completed by Torture as well. Just 500 gold off. Gonna flash farm one more lane here and maybe a neutral camp and be good to go.
Torture falling back right there before he gets jumped. He's close to his own Shrunken Head, so Noob G also doing very well himself when it comes to his farm. And again, overall, Trademark Esports is in the better spot. When you look at the stats, 4,600 gold lead, 3,700 experience lead here. Gonna seem like there might be a little bit of a fight here in the middle lane. Both teams somewhat in the vicinity. Edo got Moon Queen. Going to go over here and do those triple stack Ancients. The Aurora comes out, and Minotaur going to even help a little bit. So Moon Queen's farm going to go even further as a result of this. Although the Hellborn team's moving in right here, we could possibly have action. There is a Ward of Sight in the Ancients. Wow, level 11 Parasite actually flanking with the Invis. There is a Revelation down, so might not seem to be careful there.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. This is a very sticky situation for both sides, really. You see the positioning.
Yeah.
Parasite charging in. The Revelation. Oh, my nuts. Oh, you're going to be dying right here, buddy. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. Here comes Merax in the meantime on a Moon Queen. The swap from Andromeda. The Kodak's going to be used on Moon Queen. There's the Shrunken Head, though. The ultimate. The Moon Finale going to be used. Merax is being turned on. Doesn't have enough mana for anything else just yet. He's going to end up falling right here. From Mumwell's coming out. Big eruption from Magnus. Big stun and Torture falls. Luna's dead. The Tempest ultimate going to pull them in. But Zai realizing quickly he's by himself. Are you kidding me? We just had a 5-for-1 exchange for the Bloodlust kill at 22 minutes into a freaking game.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
You know,
Hey, guess
a
what?
lot of
Moon
people
Queen's farmed.
Yeah, Moon Queen's farm. Exactly. I got to give credit to one man in that fight. Well, I can give credit to a lot of men in that fight, but the one I'm going to say is a standout to me is, gotta say it, it was Franzi. That word of revelation to start it off for the Parasite. The swap away on the Moon Queen, allowing him to get his Shrunken head off, turn the fight around, big. And then, how about that eruption?
Oh, yeah, Magnus, beautiful eruption at the end. And, we see Magnuses who like to be able to start those fights with that. And, at times it definitely calls for that, but that was most certainly one of those fights where, it wasn't happening for the longest time. You're kind of wondering, where's Magnus? And all of a sudden, a big eruption and a lava surge comes out. And the whole team falls. A genocide bloodlust just at 22 minutes.
A genolust.
Yeah, no, that was crazy for complexity. But again, I feel like a broken record, honestly. But Moon Queen, she was allowed to farm this whole game up until that point. And finally, tdM tried to put a little bit of resistance on the Ancients, but obviously complexity was ready for a fight. And it paid off for their favor. Oh, Moon Meander, Wrath of the Pharaoh. Seems like it just missed a Luna right there. That would have been definitely very, very close. But not going to hit, so for now. I mean, you got a level 60 Moon Queen, though. Her farm's continuing to be phenomenal. What? You're not concerned, really.
Yeah, I mean, level 16, damn. I didn't even realize she was taking off that much. That is huge. Got the Energizer. She's crazy fast right now. The Energizer, the Firebrand. No one's getting away.
Yeah, going to be able to chase people down.
I should say the Moon Prince.
Well, running at 429 right here, the Moon Prince, yeah. Running at 429 movement speed without the Energizer activated.
Steam boots, yeah.
Goes to show you top lane where Axis is here. Pharaoh's going to scout a little bit, though, with that Tormented Soul, and actually see the Hellborn team kind of porting in there and getting ready for a fight, so... Complexity, will they continue this push? It seems like they are. Pharaoh's ultimate is up in 20 seconds here, so doesn't have it just yet. But definitely coming here. Moon Queen, of course, leading the way. She's not afraid. She does have that Shrunken Head.
The Hellborn takes
go.
down a Legion tower.
Tower. That fell. Okay, Zai got it with the minions. I was going to say, how the hell did that happen? Gets it with the minions right there. Complexity, though, as 5. The only one not here right now is actually Parasite. Parasite's still running up there. He does have a Homecoming Stone, but not going to use it if necessary. He picks up a Wild Hunter, though. Remember what happened last time, however. Are there any revs down? There is a rev on Andromeda.
Okay.
So it's a matter of Will it even be used? He's running in the background. Here we go. The jump, the bit, immediate swap on a Moon Queen right away. In comes Fair in the background. Moon Queen's ready to go. Has that Moon finale. Level 16. Big eruption from the swag miss. A look at Trademark Esports starting to fall. Moon Queen's doing a little bit of kiting right there with the Energizer. Gonna take out more access though. Codex to help finish off actually Pharaoh right there. And now Moon Queen being double, but Moon Queen will end up falling. However, they kill Parasite. Buyback from Tempest coming back, and he has an ultimate. Oh, he only catches Magnus right there. He win for both. He only catches the one. The chain reactions though hit. B-Kid's done. Maybe not going to be in time. And B-Kid will fall in the end. So a lot of exchanging going on there between the two teams. It ends up though, I mean, there was a buyback again on a Tempest. So it's hard to exactly say, but well, it's just an epic fight that the tower stays alive though for tdM.
Yeah, that was pretty damn huge right now, though. Elemental Void is down. We did drop, and, well, we did see the buyback, as you said. So it was good, but it wasn't good enough. Not yet. Helm of the Black Legion onto Moon Meander.
Nice, yeah, he's recovered very nicely here.
Oh, yeah. It's, can't ask for
Keeping up
more.
a little bit.
He's got his core. Infinite rocket spam.
Andromeda swapped right off the bat, man. I mean, Moraxis jumped Moon Queen, and Andromeda hit that swap. As again, the flank from Parasite. This time, though, there was no Rev Ward, so able to get a little bit better of a jump.
Yep, definitely.
With that Wild Hunter.
Okay, so Codex is being kept at level 2. He is now beginning to build towards the Hellflower with that first Arcana.
Yeah, realizing that Hellflower might be a pretty useful tool this game, as it is in most games, of course. So.
Oh, yeah, given the swap and the shrunken head, it's pretty frustrating.
Ooh, Andromeda's getting cut out right here. Parasite, of course, gets the combo off. In comes Pharaoh. Tried to get there in time, but not going to happen. You even see a defensive... Oh, wait, I was going to say.
Yeah, you
was
saw it, but it was instantly...
It was stolen with the face hug, yeah.
That was,
That's how Parasite works.
So, yeah, the defensive master call literally doing nothing there because it was cast and immediately followed by the face hug.
I love those pauses that last 5 seconds. Yeah, just the fix of a mouse or something. It happens. Technical issue.
All right, let's get it on.
But so Andromeda getting picked up. Obviously, Parasite good for that situation, especially when he finds a lonely Andromeda by herself.
It's true.
More Axis continuing to farm the middle lane. Torture. Still sitting on the helm of the victim. Has a Blessed Orb now, though, so the Sheep Stick. Good for him. Moon Queen, obviously, it's safe to say Geometer's Bane in the works here for Haxerin playing the Moon Queen. Going to have these double-stacked Ancients to work with for the time being.
He's got it very, very soon.
Bound Eye picked up a Moraxis. Always a good tool to have. Magnus, how's he coming on? He's got his tablet now as well, and 27 under gold save. I was going to say B-Kid's had some big ultimates in these fights. He's 5-1-4 overall. It's been a big part of his GPM farm, no doubt. And level 15 on top of that, so he's actually getting close to that 16 mark and being able to set up a big eruption with the level 3.
Look at our buddy Moraxis here, man.
Scouting around.
They got the double invis, they got the wild hunter.
Yeah.
Still, it just so happens the other team's on the entire other side of the map.
Yeah. Ain't gonna get a pick here.
Nope.
Complexity will freely push his top lane now, and this time it is gonna work out well. Nothing the Hellborn team is gonna do. So free tower kill for Complexity. And they may keep this going for now. Hell yeah, 1,700 gold on Riser, man. Playing the Master of Arms. That's secondary support there. He already has an Energizer, plenty of build-up. Is that his own bottle? No, it's actually delivered. Okay. So I'm going to give that to him. Get some Magnus.
The Queen having her Geometer's Bane sent out to her right now, so just another step towards that late game for her, as if she's not there already.
Yep.
That's...
So now you have that to look at, as there you go, finished up. And going to go ahead and port back to base, because why not get even more farm if you're a Moon Queen here in a game like this? You're not really too scared about competing with the late game potential here on the Hellborn side, so keep this pace up if you're Complexity, and it makes sense. So no doubt Trademark Esports, they're the ones kind of on their back foot here. Even though the stats, I mean, they have a 1,300 goal lead, which is obviously very minimal anyways at 29 minutes, but I still kind of feel like Complexity is in the overall better spot because of their makeup and who has the appropriate farm. Sheepstick will be big, though, on Torturer. Still a little bit of ways from that, but definitely will be big. Parasite getting the Hellflower. I think he just got a second Arcana. It is being delivered to him right here, so. On his way to that. And then there's always the Shrunken Head Tempest. Still a little bit off of that, but you always well, you do have Pharaoh and Andromeda.
Exactly, Pharaoh and Andromeda. So yeah, Shrunken Head is coming out. Still can make big plays with it, especially if they're using swap primarily for defensive purposes. Keep that in mind. They're mostly going to use this Pharaoh, so if Pharaoh tries to jump in or provide any follow-up damage, that's his cue to go.
Oh, Andromeda going to be bursted down there. I even had the Defensive Master's call, but it wasn't even stolen. It was just bursted through right there.
Right.
By the two. So she was simply counter. What she did counterward in the end. There was a word to say blocking the Ancients again, but
Well,
did sacrifice herself to do so.
Hellflower is becoming a closer and closer thing for this Parasite.
And of course, will be big middle lane. Magnus. Oh, he dodges the Quake Stun right there. The SSKB in the house. He's going to be able to get away right there. And Miraxis and Torture will fall back. That's got to be frustrating. To be honest, I just happened to think it'd be coincidence right there. But hey, it's the sidestep king. What am I saying?
Yeah.
Big getaway.
Sure.
Sure.
Well, no, it was. He did a nice job getting out there in the end. Right now, I don't know. They're just. I think they're just gonna keep looking for squishy little pickoffs like that for trademark. They gotta keep going for this Hellflower. They don't want to rush it because they know just how powerful Moon Queen has become. Just it's a delicate situation where I feel like they think they can win team fights played right, but they know one mistake and all of a sudden Moon Queen is going to be absolutely unstoppable.
Yeah. Back to the Ancients as she goes. 18 more 100 gold saved up. There's a Shrunken Head finish on Tempest, it looks like. Yes, it's both the Warhammer and the pattern. But again, as we were talking about, you still have an Andromeda and a Pharaoh that have decent ways of dealing with it. So not the all-important pickup, but still solid. Moon Queen now pushing up the top lane. Doesn't look like she's really in trouble, though. The mini-map showing that tdM not really up there right now. They're at the bottom lane. They want to try to set up a gank on this Master of Arms. And Riser, actually, if he sinks in, okay, he is going to start falling back because both Parasite and Torture were starting to come in there. But he falls back before it's too late, so going to be fine. I don't know if he has been doing it. Okay, the Ancients actually just got blocked right there. I think that might have been a lingering Tormented Soul from Pharaoh that blocked it.
Probably.
So on the Hellborn side, because there was nothing else there. So of course that's you mentioned that. So the Pharaoh pickup.
Yeah, and well, especially with the Helm of the Black Legion and the Chalice, it's basically just infinite mana for him. So you can do it all day long.
Obviously, we've seen a couple times tdM try to block the Ancients over on the Legion side, but Franzi's usually pretty good at preventing that as well. Or setting up the counter ward at least. So, just definitely keep that up and keep the annoyance up. Annoyance factor for Trademark Esports. 28 and more 100 gold. Look at that, 4,500 on Magnus. Holy crap.
Yeah,
He kid is pulling up. He just sold
Hellflower
something.
for himself. Yep.
Okay,
There
straight
it
up.
is.
Right click in the Hellflower. Who needs Arcanas? Right click a straight up Hellflower.
The swag miss.
Moon Queen, you know what? As far as what's next in line for her, do you have anything that you would like to see? Maybe you want to see the Symbol of Rage or more damage here?
For Moon Queen, yeah, they're kind of all bursty magic damage here. Symbol of Rage, I feel like would make her tank up enough, and I feel like they have enough damage for the turnaround. I feel like her only worry is just sort of that early burst. So yeah, I think Symbol would be great.
See what Haxorn values here. He is now 3,500 gold and counting, so plenty of gold. That Hellflower getting close to Parasite. He is on his way to that 1370 gold now saved up. Again, still sitting on the level 2 Codex as well. Sheepstick definitely getting closer for Noob Gia on top of that. He's getting close to the Acolyte Staff and eventually the Mana Tube after. 2,500 gold and counting for him. Moon Queen, however, continuing to just push by herself and doing work here at the top side. You do got Tempest kind of responding to it, but not really the biggest deal in the world. Ancients do spawn here for the Hellborn team, so Moon Meander not able to block at that time. In the meantime, there is, okay, a Wild Hunter taken over by Parasite again. Seems like Minot's getting plenty of these. But yet again, same story. He's not going to really be able to make too much use of it here as far as getting a kill necessarily.
Yeah.
And more Ancients being done. There's the Symbol of Rage.
There's the symbol. Yep, and he's 550 gold per minute. He's roided out of his mind. It's Gonna be time for battle soon.
Well, yeah, remember too, again, the double aura stacking. Andromeda
yeah,
and
and
Queen.
actually, look, she went 1 point of comment stun, and look what she's getting.
Investing into it, yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Good point.
Not really concerned about the burst damage of the comment stun, especially in this game. More so wants the overall attack damage here for this Moon Queen, so good investment there by Franzi for sure.
Master of Arms as secondary carry here, secondary support, I should say. Definitely getting farm and able to evolve a bit himself. He's going for a push stick. He's going to take advantage of those double auras as well.
Yeah.
And what does this Pulse Cannon do? Gives him a little bit of bonus damage himself. 32 base damage, 32% bonus base damage with Pulse Cannon as it's at max level. Or once it's at max level, I should say. And then what do we got here? 28% for Moon Queen. Okay, so you're at 16 Andromedas at, oh wow, 96. Yeah, you're almost doubling your damage.
Yeah. It's quite a bit. So, Andromeda and Moon Queen are going to run up here. I mean, you look at Moon Queen right now, 281 max damage when she's next to Andromeda, down to 239 when she's not.
Yeah, huge.
So it's quite a big buff. It really is. So has that similar rage, obviously feeling pretty good right now about being that very big threat for Trademark Esports to deal with. Portal Key on Zai, playing the Tempest, so at least has that initiation chance a little bit stronger, but again, you're still dealing with a Andromeda and a Pharaoh. Moraxis was spotted right there, I believe. He needs to be careful. It is just him for now, I was going to say. I think, okay. Yeah, he was kind of chilling there. The Torment still spotted him, but they choose not to jump in. At least for now, the tower falls. Moraxis still in a little bit of trouble. Okay, he has the invis now. Did he have the invis the whole time? I think he did. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
He's in there like I thought he was spotted, but it's hard to tell with the animation. The trees. Okay, so yeah, he's invis. Not going to get a kill, but they get a tower kill. And 2,000 more gold on Moon Queen. Ouch.
Right now, the major thing they're looking for is sheep stick on Torture. They need the extra disable, especially for a Moon Queen that is this farm. They go into a fight without that disable, they're screwed.
They got the Hellflower at least on Parasite.
Yeah, that's one thing. But when you're that close
Get
to
him a
something like a
couple.
sheep stick, I understand why they're waiting. It is scary because Moon Queen is, of course, just scaling really quickly out of control. But that's going to be their sort of point where they're like, okay, this is where we have to try to fight.
Yeah.
Any
There's the
later,
sheep
and we're
stick.
screwed. Yep.
He's still the helm of the victim. He's had it at the very beginning. I find that kind of funny.
Let's give, well, mention the armor.
It is armor, yeah. It is still something. So complexity, you can kind of tell they're really trying to bait something out of this Moon Queen here, setting themselves up around her, or him in this case. But Trademark Esports not falling for that, at least just yet. Gonna go ahead and make the push happen. Not the fullest though. And yeah, Moon Queen's, she's going to be having big damage at him now coming up here. The farm that she's
here on out,
continuing to
she can
have.
grab whatever she wants and just go crazy. More like than that, we see the wing bow a lot, and there's no obvious Savage Mace hero here for the Hellborn team. So, wing bow, the effects of it even amplified in a situation like that.
Oh no. He's going invis and he went right on top of a ward of sight. So Rev is down. He's running right into them. Ooh, he does have a Wild Hunter, so obviously there's the magic protection there. But
right, and I think that's a big part of why he was allowed.
Yeah,
right there.
yeah, geez, that was so close too. He turned around at the last second. He's like, wait a second, something doesn't feel right. And he turned around. For good reason, because that was a sure death for him if he kept going. So he's going to be fine for now. In fact, he'll just go all the way to the bottom lane and maybe just pick some farm up here.
Farm away.
Oh, double damage on Moon Queen. 444 max damage. Here we go. Magma stuns in on him. Moraxis actually. There goes our shortcut Energizer used. Moraxis taking the brunt of the damage. Hellfly's applied. Moraxis will fall right off the bat before getting much. Torture now being gone, and the auto attack damage is intense from Moon Queen, man. Look at that bouncing around. Going for the kill. Look at the kill. But oh, the big swap from Andromeda at the last second. The Tempest ultimate, though. Going to say Wrath of the Pharaoh going to be used. Not going to be in time, though. The damage is too much for Moon Queen to handle. She eventually falls. Moraxis obviously buying back right here. Coming back into the fight. Pharaoh will go down. And Trademark Esports ends up holding it off at least from them pushing the tower. Again, a buyback used on Moraxis ultimately. But still, they hold it off.
Yeah, and each one of these fights, you saw there right at the end there what happened. Moon Queen, her shrunken head, down to, it ran off, I think is the point. She got stunned out, bursted down. The swap came out, but it just wasn't enough. Her ultimate, what's the deal with that? Was it just...
wow, she didn't use it, yeah. Interesting.
Was she just saving it? Was it down?
Did she even use a symbol, by the way? I didn't even pay attention to that. I don't even know if she used a symbol. I know for sure she used the Energizer, the Geometers, and the Shrunken.
Well, she had her Shrunken off, yeah, so. I know Luna got away with just a few hundred health initially, cut away, and then she rotated attack, started attacking the Torture, because the Torture, obviously, being one of the primary carries here, wanted to drop him as quick as possible to double damage. Just.
Yeah. This is interesting. Congo's very low. Magnus does have an eruption and everything, but not going to go for it. Token of Life will Parasite, actually. Picking up the Token of Life. I guess, you know, with Torture being dead in the base still, maybe it's the next best candidate, so.
Jump on in there. It's quite a bit at this point. If he's jumping, initiating with the Hellflower, all that, and he takes the counter, it'll allow him to get back up and still contribute, so.
Do more, yeah.
Yeah, come back in at the end.
Yeah, I don't know if the symbol was used on Moon Queen. I really am not sure about that, and that's obviously a big question mark there. If it wasn't, maybe it was, though. Again, I'm actually not sure, so I don't want to put too much thought into that. Not really knowing, but yeah, I will say she used her Shrunken Head very early on, too. There was a good 2 or 3 seconds where it wasn't even being used for anything. She used it very preemptively, kind of just charging, which, again,
because of Hellflower.
Exactly, yeah.
So
I mean, that's where it's
yeah, it's early, but
sword.
it wasn't. It's early, but it wasn't.
Want to be a little bit careful there. So yeah, that makes sense, obviously. But yeah, again, tdM, they at least hold off the tower push. That was at the secondary tower even. Are able to withstand that, and obviously they do get a Conqueror kill out of it. So very good news for Trademark Esports right there. The downside is that you're still dealing with a Moon Queen. You're also dealing now with the Storm Spear on Master of Arms, and we all know how powerful that item can be. Especially in a case like this. So.
And in combination with an item like Shrunken Head and Symbol of Rage.
So definitely Trademark Esports continuing to have their work cut out for them here, to say the least. But they are moving as 5 down here at the bottom lane, trying to maybe catch somebody farming this bottom lane, but Complexity doesn't look like they're going to be going for that. They're all near this warded side over here, placed by Fitsky, and actually it's going to be counter-warded here. But
ooh. Pretty nice pickup there by the Pharaoh. We got barbed armor on him now.
Yep.
So yeah, he is truly, he is truly way caught up to speed at this point. He has everything he needs. Everything he needs.
Yeah, plenty tanky and now an annoyance, even really, against this Hellborn side. So Moon Queen gonna try to bait something out here. You look at the Hellborn team; they're moving in. Here we go. There's that jump on him. Moon Queen Hellfire. Everything is swamp coming out from Andromeda. Of course, was it actually her though? No, it wasn't. Moon Queen falls right there. Down goes Andromeda. Down goes Pharaoh. The Tempest ultimate locking them down. What did she swap? She didn't swap Moon Queen.
Yeah.
She swapped somebody else.
Oh God, the jump. Oh no.
Oh, the horribly failed for Complexity.
Oh,
All 5
no.
are still up for Trademark Esports, and they are going to push this now. Now there is a buyback on Moon Queen, but that is it. Magnus, Andromeda, and Pharaoh cannot buy back, so they're definitely going to lose the secondary tower. And they may very likely lose at least a part of their base right here. I mean, do you even buy back on Moon Queen? Because
yeah, I mean, they have Hellflower up, they have Codex up, they have Face Hug up.
She does. She buys back. They're going to try to scare them here, but you got to be careful if your hacks are in.
They
are by yourself right now. Okay, they have Andromeda now, too.
Yeah, they can definitely position to keep her alive, probably. They don't want to go too hard here and throw the game. They just took a huge lead with that fight. There's no reason they want to overextend here. They're looking for the tower kill. They're looking to posture back and be safe about it.
Energizer in. Sheepstick going to be used on Moon Queen. And we come with the jump from Moraxis. Now the Storm Spear going to be used. Pharaoh with the meantime in the initiation. Tempest being locked down. He's going to eventually fall. Luna's going to fall as well. The rest are going to run now for Trademark Esports, and I believe they should be fine. I'll see Trademark Esports. Well, you do see the offensive master's call on the Master of Arms right there, but Complexity not going to chase them down in the end. So I would love to see that replay, man, because he clearly did not swap Moon Queen. Something else was swapped. And whether of course, I would assume that's a misclick there.
Yeah,
from Andromeda. So
yeah, they did linger down bottom too long. I guess they got a little bit greedy. They should know that their fight last time only went so well because yeah, Moon Queen wasn't swapped back. Her team was not able to support her, and she got dropped down inside the base. Resources low, ulti's down. Why would you stay? They were at half health. Why would you stay for that?
Yeah.
The Legion takes down a
So now they're going to easily push the secondary tower right there. Tempest is still dead for another 20 seconds here. So Complexity, you're right. I mean, as bad as that was initially, they are at least getting something pretty good out of this in the end.
Oh yeah.
They're going to push 2 towers here.
Oh yeah, more so. tdM knew they had to back out. I mean, they were even backing out, and then we saw the sheep come out onto Moon Queen.
As if they wanted to jump, yeah. So that's the good news for Complexity, as Again, as horribly as that win that fight because of a couple mistakes, didn't matter in the end. I mean, but you look at the Moon Queen, the fact that she, again, even with the items that she has, she can clearly be bursted down as long as there's no Storm Spirit and no swap from Andromeda.
As long as her team's not able to
exactly, as long as
support her
somehow. And again, I mean, that's one thing. The swap was a misclick, but then where was the Storm Spirit to? I'm not even sure. Maybe Master of Arms got silenced by something else or
there's a lot of
stunned.
initiation coming out there.
Something happened, though, that just completely threw them off guard and did not work out in the end for Complexity. But again, overall, Complexity still has a great chance here. I mean, you do still have a Moon Queen level 24 now. It's 4 levels higher than anyone in the game. On top of her farm, 567 gold per minute. She has another 5,300 gold saved up, so she is going to now get that damage item most likely. Whether it's the wing bow or something else, we'll see.
Yeah, it's interesting to see them down 8,000 experience and for Moon Queen to be up 4 levels on anybody. You know, it's kind of interesting to note because it just shows you how far behind everyone else is.
Look at her item choice, by the way.
Behemoth's Heart, yeah, just went with the burst.
Holy crap. 3,800 life.
Yeah, they're not crazy late game heroes there. She's already putting out a lot of damage. She's got the double damage auras for her damage.
That's true.
A lot to work with there. They just need her to survive.
Good point. Yeah, that does the job. I mean, now if we're to have the same scenario, even without a Storm Spirit or a swap, you would think Moon Queen would be able to survive enough to at least get the shrunken head off, if not more. So
yeah, I feel like we don't see that a lot too much these days. I remember back in the day. You know, when Arrow was playing, he was playing Dark Lady, or maybe he would oftentimes pick up something like Behemoth's Heart if the initiation was just too much to handle.
Yeah.
Just so his team can't position to support him, and then allow him to get his items off. And he would just, being as farmed as he was, he didn't need another damage item; he needed to survive.
I also remember for the longest time too, it actually did different for depending on your main stat.
Yeah, that was way back.
Agility, it did more damage.
Yeah, that was strange.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird. Yeah, it's like, why not just health regen on everyone? Oh, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, so yeah, going that route again, she is plenty beefy now. So it does, and as you mentioned with the double auras and the minus armor from the Aurora, from the goo, she still could put out plenty of damage herself.
Yep.
So yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I wasn't even thinking that, but definitely makes sense going the Behemoth's Heart here. For Haxerin. So again, as honestly bad as that was for Complexity in that last fight, they still are in ultimately a good spot overall. They still have yet to lose any racks. They still got the very farmed Moon Queen here.
They do.
And what does tdM have? Well, as a team, I mean, they got that upfront burst, sure, but
well, they have Tempest. Well, Tempest had a shrunken for a long time, but they have the Tempest, which is always a factor to consider. They've got the Sheep Stick on Tord. They've got the Hellflower combination, 2,000 gold more. What is his Codex at right now? Is it still 2? It's 3 now. He's actually finishing leveling it up, or maybe he's not finishing it, but did have to get one more level of it somewhere along the way.
Yeah. Has another 2,000 gold tier, so.
He can get Codex 5 now if he so desires.
He could. Go straight forward here. But for now, I'm going to sit on that gold and at least have the buyback option if necessary. Of course, Kongor, going to be coming up here shortly. Exact timer, but definitely assume it is here soon. A lot of gold being pulled up all across the board here, especially for the Legion side, man. You got Master of Arms 26, you got 21 on Pharaoh, you got 22 on Moon Queen, then you got 28 on Magnus. Ooh. Interesting. Portal key on Master of Arms.
Well, you know why.
Yep, so he can sit in the way back.
And then Blink.
And then PK and Storm Spirit.
Yep.
It's kind of like the Jeremiah effect.
And then also Blink Sun's never bad on anybody, too.
That, too.
Yeah, of course, the Blink Storm Spirit, definitely the focus that we're looking at there.
You got, I saw something in the Helper side. Yeah, Restoration Stone on Tempest. Obviously, huge
Waste
pickup.
of time.
And, well, that's big. Beacon getting picked up at the top side by a solo Parasite.
Well,
and he has that Codex level 3. Plenty of burst himself.
Actually did get
it says, here we go in the middle lane, though. Initiation on Luna right there from Master of Arms. Luna will fall. Baraxis was able to blink away in time. That was a very good reaction by Limp right there. But both teams do end up losing a hero, Magnus for Luna. Yeah, as you mentioned, Luna was involved with the power throw. She ends up dying right there, though. Huh. Now the Hellborn team.
But overall, feeling pretty damn good still.
Yeah. I mean, Magnus does have a buyback, worst case scenario here. So they felt necessary to buy back.
4,000 health pretty much on Moon Queen here.
Yeah.
It's just,
And he has 3,300 more gold saved up. I mean,
yeah, no, Energizer, I mean, it's a good item, but it's at the point where he can replace it.
you might as well get that wing bow now instead of the Energizer or something like that. Or hell, even like a Genjiro for more escape presence. At least to help a little bit. Movement speed and whatnot. Again, though, for now, we're approaching the 50-minute mark here. This is for the Sound Blaster Heroes League semifinals. It was, what, 22 minutes in this game before we saw a Bloodlust. That has to be one of the longest ever, honestly. I really can't think of a longer time where we saw a Bloodlust go. And it happened to be a 5-for-1 genocide for complexity.
After teasing us that long, it had to be a genocide.
Yeah, of course.
It was waiting to explode, so they just, yeah, done deal.
And so now here we are, 50 minutes into the game. It's 15-15 hero kills, pretty even there, but obviously you see where Moon Queen has now come, and she's the first one, of course, hit level 25. She is just farmed out of her mind. tdM is just simply hanging in there. Okay, Shaman's Headdress picked up by Moon Queen. She is just really concerned about just simply bulking up. Doesn't want not concerned about more damage output.
Well, they are all magical, so
true.
Combined with her zillion health, the high magic resistance is going to do a lot of work. It is going to do a lot.
It's
of
10
work,
magic
actually.
armor right there. Yeah, it went from
bonus
extra 10 magic armor. That's a lot.
Yeah, and she with 3,775 HP, that is just making up a lot of ground there.
Yeah.
Pretty wise.
They don't have a big jump right here onto Andromeda. Gets bursted right off the bat. So Hellborn team, that's a hero that will not survive the burst. Quick pick for them, and gonna go into the Kongor pit. But again, Andromeda, sure, she's a decent loss definitely for this Legion team, but it could still fight. Couldn't they?
It's getting to the point where their objective should be more probably to crowd control the Moon Queen, and kill her team.
True. Yeah,
that's what I would do.
You're right. I mean, when you have this much life, when you're so focused around supporting her, you're right. I mean, why not just then crowd control her and then go for everyone else?
Yeah,
we got the Hellfire, the Sheepstick, plenty of stunts to work with. Obviously, the Tempest Ultimate, the double Tempest Ultimate.
Yeah, and once again, Pharaoh has Wrath of the Pharaoh, but he might have to use it to sort of get some follow-up or an interrupt there. Andromeda has a swap.
We're going to see a jump. Magnus going to stun it right here. Only stuns the Tempest in the meantime. Sheepstick on the Moon Queen. Going to be Hellflowered. On top of the Storm Spirit, though, off of the Master's Call coming out right there. Moon Queen still be locked in. Finally gets the Stricken Head off. And there's the Snows. No symbol of rage actually just yet. Not going to use it just yet. In the meantime, Pharaoh in the background. Magnus is still alive as well. There's the Moon Queen. Tempest Ultimate to come out, though. The first Tempest Ultimate. Magnus gets caught in the Tempest Ultimate. Moon Queen can't do anything. She eventually falls right there. She can bite back, but will she? She still hasn't just yet. Pharaoh's going to end up falling. Magnus trying to get away right there. Andromeda finally joining the party once again. Commissant onto Aluna. They may get the kill on a Fitsuke right here, at least, so they will. But still, only Aluna and Tempest dead. Okay, Moon Queen does finally buy back. But man, Moon Queen just cannot get anything off here.
Yeah. Well, she did get her ultimate off. She had survived for quite a damn while, but you look at Zai there with the Restoration Stone, with those huge elemental voids. They definitely set the pace of that fight.
But now they're down.
Now they're down.
And the buyback of Moon Queen, very well worth it. This is going to give them Kongor here. So as successful as that was for Trademark Esports, it's still going to come out better in the end for complexity. It's the sad thing.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, tdM really is playing this very well, and you know, complexity. The initiation honestly wasn't the greatest. I mean, Magnus kind of went in blindly there somewhat, and he did hit the Tempest initially, but it was just him, and it almost forced to follow up initiation. That wasn't the best, but
yeah. Well, Moon Queen right now out of buybacks. So
that's true. Okay, that was her second. You're right.
Yeah, with Token here, she could get a new Shrunken Head. Hers only lasts 5 seconds if she's even able to get it off.
Yeah, right.
You know,
it's been difficult this game, that's for sure. Okay, so you see plenty of damage going out right there initially with the Codex and everything. Tempest is up in 5, but again, doesn't have even one of the 2 ultimates. So Moon Queen feeling pretty good with that symbol, the Shrunken, the Token. Also, you got to value those cooldowns now with that Token of Life. Do you use it before or after, depending on the situation? There we go with that jump. That counter, though, on a Parasite. There is going to be more stuff than Moon Queen. Moon Queen will eventually fall. She has her cooldown, so expect the Shrunken Head as soon as she comes out. There's a Shrunken Head. She has a Symbol of Rage as well. Not going to use it just yet. Torture in the meantime. He's going to be swapped back in right there, actually. Will she be stunned? There's the Calm is done. The Sheepstick on Andromeda, but the team is running away on the Legion side. Moon Queen still running. Still has that Symbol of Rage. Can't even get up. Magnus going to rush it in. A big step for Magnus. Where's the damn symbol? There's the damn symbol. There's the auto attacks, and look at the work finally finally happening. Parasite will fall. Tempest is on the run. Moraxis is trying to run away. Tempest will get away, it looks like. Magnus stuns in, though. And Moraxis is going to ultimately be caught out. And down goes Moraxis. Franzi actually picking up the hat trick right there.
Wow.
Jeez, I know.
Yeah, that was close. I mean, for a while, it looked like tdM was playing that masterfully. They had a great jump. They took out the token. They put Moon Queen all the way back there. I mean, I thought for a sec they were going to take it. Moon Queen's ultimate is up now. To make this very difficult.
Jeez, look at the offensive master's call. Look at Tempest dying to the glaives right there, basically. In jumps Magnus. He will barely survive. B-Kick going a little bit too far. He's actually going to sacrifice his life, but the glaives are doing work as expected. The melee racks fall. The ranged rack's going to maybe go down. He's not focusing it. Okay, he's going the creeps instead. Master of Arms jumps in there with the portal key. Tempest being locked down. The comments on top. The nice chain reactions. The Moonbeam, though. And down it goes. Zai. Torture, the only one up right now. The ranged rack's going to fall. And again, damage done here by Complexity. So now going to reset some things. Or are they? And they're still kind of hanging about, actually. But yeah, they're
Master of
going to
Arms,
back.
when he's near that Andromeda, when he's near that Moon Queen, man, he's hitting for 230 damage. That's with a Storm Spirit, a Portal Key, and an Energizer.
Yeah, I mean, that's
230 damage. That's not even counting the minus armor they're applying.
That's true. Yeah, he is doing a lot of damage for his build.
They got Bulwark, they got...
Auras are definitely making an effect.
Yeah, they got that goo, they got the Aurora. It's just...
Okay,
nice.
so she bought a Shaman's Headdress. She eventually dropped for the token. She has another 5,500 gold.
Now she has no buyback, though.
Yeah. I mean,
we
Wingbow's
talked about a damage. Wingbow is
good
a
for
survival.
evasion, too, and
They are-
armor. I mean,
They are just a ton of magic burst, but the carry potential of something like a Wingbow. We saw right there, even going into the base with no magic resistance, though, Parasite just nuking him with Codex and another one to like brought him down to maybe 70% health.
yeah,
So
it is a threat. I don't know, maybe even something like a barbed armor there. Maybe.
or if you want to tank up, there's other items out there. There's Frostwolf and
True.
shit like that.
And I guess, yeah, I was trying to think more of the... Okay, there's the Wingbow.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, Wingbow, of course, a survival item, tons of armor, tons of evasion, and lets her carry. So, given that she can buy outright and has no buybacks, it would be, as we said, it would have been the best route. So.
Again, just to be clear, I know you brought up the Frost Skull. I know people are probably saying, oh, he has life still already. Oh, you're an idiot. Again, with a similar rage, when you activate the similar rage, it doesn't matter. It'll still heal you
You're
up.
still going to heal all the way
And
up.
that's the important part of it anyway. So, and of course, you could always swap back and forth between the auras if you're up for that. But
No, exactly.
keeping it on the Frost Skull, though, isn't necessarily the big deal.
No, for sure.
Anyways, he goes the Wingbow route, so. But like I said, he is out of buybacks, so all the successive gold that he's getting, might as well spend it. Whether that means you would think a rebuy of the Shrunken Head would be very important right off the bat. So that's probably going to be first in line for him. I think he needs something like 2,400 or something like that, close to that.
Indeed.
To have enough, because then you just sell the Shrunken and then obviously buy it back. You see right here that Wild Hunter kind of scouting things out again for Parasite. Not going to find anything for now, though. Okay, so maybe just going to be back to Kongor here. Possibly wait for that again, as we are getting closer to that hour mark now. Here in game number 1, Trademark versus Complexity. Started off very slow, but it has definitely picked up at least, which is good.
Yeah, this game is mostly, there's been some pickoffs here and there, but yeah, just sort of a lot of build up, a lot of waiting. Major team fight, a lot of build up, and oh, there we go.
It's interesting too because she rebuyed.
Yeah, getting a new Shrunken Head. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
That's good. That is awesome. Definitely approve of that. We talked about it. Now, okay, that is great.
I mean, that's double the efficiency.
Yeah.
Of course, it was good. Yeah, it'll allow her to use it a lot more preemptively too, and still have a good time on it.
Yep.
The tdM's been, they really have just, since the beginning, since the Bloodlust happened at 22 minutes, they've been on their back foot. I mean, they've been the ones that have been playing behind because of the Moon Queen's farm. Yet they still have hung in this long, and they've had their good signs for sure. But they continue to play the more difficult game because of these circumstances, unfortunately, for them. So just trying their best to capitalize on any mistakes that Complexity may make, which, and again, even the best of them, it happens. But Complexity at the same time, when you have this farmed up Moon Queen, it gets to a point where it becomes pretty difficult to lose, honestly. When you just got this right-click auto attacker doing so much for your team. They do got the middle cleared out, so that's where Complexity definitely has the advantage as well. I mean, look at the experience difference, 15,000. Granted, it does start to, once there's a level 25, obviously, it's not counted anymore, really. But
exactly, and then, well,
the gold is in their favor.
sure.
Magnus, another 3,700 gold.
They're being really careful on both sides because they have no buybacks on Miraxis, no buybacks on Moon Queen. So in a game like this, whoever screws up first has a more relevant hero picked off, can't buy back, and, well, damn. Something interesting to know about this game, look at Riser, look at everyone's deaths, and then look at Riser.
Oh, Riser doesn't like dying. 7, 1, and 12. Wow.
And he had 0 deaths actually for the longest time, too.
Oh, that's an illusion, I was going to say. Somebody's charging in. Okay, but the team is nearby. Trademark Esports, they're moving up right here. Again, they know that they capitalize off their jumps, but for now, they're going to be somewhat spotted by the Tormented Soul. You see the illusion way up here. Going to be destroyed, though, pretty quickly. Going to try to send the other illusion out, see if Complexity can fall for it now. That one's going to be in the front line. It's going to be spotted, though, and it quickly goes away. Oh, Miraxis, he missed the quick set right there. Sheepstick comes out, but the Storm Spirit immediately after. He's still going to be locked down, though. Moon Queen is going to be down. Where's the swamp? Where's the swamp? No, he gets caught in the Tempest Ultimate. Moon Queen will fall right off the bat. Trademark Esports in a huge spot. The double Tempest Ultimate not going to be used just yet, but 3 players are dead at Complexity just like that. Master of Arms going to fall, and Trademark Esports can now start pushing into the base. Moon Queen cannot buy back for 70 seconds. She is going to be dead. Andromeda was standing right next to Moon Queen.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I don't know.
What?
It's like your entire game is about this Moon Queen not dying. I have no idea, and that.
Oh, geez. Trademark Esports in a game that you could definitely argue should not be winning.
Yeah.
They're going to maybe come out on top here because of all that. I mean, there's still this game left for sure, but...
Yeah, the Miraxis stun didn't even matter that missed because Storm Spirit got used. So, you know, if he hit it, a little bit of bonus magic damage, whatever. He got the Storm Spirit used.
They are going to get a kill. Oh, the big damage ultimate once again! The second one, it is going to be canceled. Magnus barely gets away. Nope, the Codex finish him off. Pharaoh's going to fall right there, so this is going to be absolutely huge. Magnus does buy back. He still has another one, not enough gold for it, but he does have another buyback. Down goes the top side, though. They're going to go for the bottom, actually. Of course, that already exposed, so look at that transition from Trademark. In the meantime, in their base, Aluna's actually been holding off this middle push. Look at the top lane push, though, from Trademark Esports with that said as well. They're going to kill the melee racks. They're going to go for the range. Probably not going to happen, though. They're going to fall back here smartly. And they also get the, or the Hellborn actually, yeah, they got another tower right there. So, wow. Trademark Esports, big pickup.
Shit.
Again, there's no doubt misplays from Complexity, but tdM, you got to give them all the credit in the world, man.
Yeah, I mean, she had the Shaman's Headdress in a situation like that. Wingbow didn't really do her any good, unfortunately. Just got caught in all that magic burst right at the start there. No vestments, yeah, 3,700 life, but no magic resistance, so to speak of, and just cut through her like paper in the end.
Look at this. Again, though, they know the Tempest Ultimates are down. That's the big thing here.
Yeah.
Complexity is like, okay, well, those are down. We're going to resurrect, and we're just going to counter-push you now. What are you going to do about it? Frostswift Skull just finished on Torture, and he still has 3,300 gold saved up. There's a Sheepstick on a Moon Queen. Obviously not the most follow-up, though. The Glaives, as expected, just doing a lot of work right here. The melee racks will go down. The ranged racks will fall, so they go on even. They get back on even. This just shows you the power of Moon Queen with this farm, man. I mean, Trademark Esports has definitely been deserving of winning this game in play, honestly. But when you have a farm Moon Queen like this, this is what can happen. Even after a horrible fight like that, they are going to fight back strong, and now they're pushing back into tdM space here. So
yeah, they need to hold off for 55 more seconds here. Just waiting for that restoration stone.
There's the jump, the Hellfire, and it comes a counter though from Pharaoh. Big time right there. Storm Spirit going to be activated onto Moon Queen. There's the Shrocken Head, and the auto attack trying to come out deep with the Master's Call. He still has that similar range. Going to activate it right there. Not even hugely necessary, but nonetheless he gets it off. Big hit with a big initiation. Miraxis will fall. Tempest buys back after his death. Miraxis cannot buy back. Moon Queen now using all her cooldowns, but she is still doing plenty. The Glaives again. Look at the freaking Glaives. The right click's just doing way too much right here, and this could very likely be the game for Complexity just like that. However, here's the reaction for the Hellborn team. Torture jumping in as well. The Sheepstick on the Moon Queen. Hellfire and everything. They're going for the big kill. The big swamp, though, from Andromeda at the last second. Hatcher coming out right there for Haxman, actually. But now Moon Queen, can she stay alive? Similar range in 2 seconds. 1 second. Can she get it off? Oh, she's being locked down. There's the symbol, though. It's going to start going off. The auto attack's coming through. The Tempest ultimate actually going to pull her in. Moon Queen may actually fall right here. Moon Queen is going to fall. Trademark Esports will actually stay alive for now. Again, she cannot buy back. Look at the top in the meantime. Heavy push happening. It's just Master of Farms. Unbelievable finish we have here.
Holy crap. Oh my god, the Tempest ulti just the right
Yeah,
time there.
talk
Symbol was
about
coming
good
out.
timing.
It was... Jeez. Well, right now, let's look. Puzzle box actually being picked up here. Oh god.
Look at the buyback situation, man. Both teams are struggling for buybacks at this rate.
Yeah.
It's coming down to very little to none. Moraxis, Tempest, Torture out of buybacks. You got Moon Queen, Master of Arms out of buybacks. Many with just one other than that. Of course, Franzi still has two, but again, not the biggest deal in the world. Here we go. Trademark Esports going to counter push. Moon Queen's down for 30 seconds. Everyone else will really be up here. You do not have a Tempest ultimate. He did use the Restoration Stone as well. He has a Void Talisman now too, by the way.
Yeah.
But they're going to go for the Mega Creeps here, if anything. Obviously, there is still a ranged Rax up or down here. But they're going to go straight for this middle tower. Moon Queen up in 10 seconds. And vulnerability's already been used. The melee Rax is starting to drop here. Trademark Esports may very likely get the melee Rax. Andromeda with the swap on and Parasite right there. Going for a big plays. Get a big eruption in the background, but not going to be the most follow-up in the end. As they do get the kill on a Parasite, however. Parasite cannot buy back as he doesn't have the money for it. So Rax will fall. All the melee Rax are down on Complexity's side. As Aluna's now on the run. As she is going to make a getaway, it looks like. She's not going to be chased down, actually. But here we go again. Guess what? Complexity's like, all right, your turn once again. Now it's our turn once again. So they're going to go back. Oh, geez. Can tdM hold this off, Emperor? I don't know.
There's only 4 of them, man. They don't have their Parasite. He's been doing work.
They don't have their Parasite. Look at that shield breaker being purchased on Torturer. Oh, we just sold it. Never mind. What is he going for? He's going to rebuy the Shrunken Head, actually. So, okay, here we go. This is it. That big initiation, actually, to start. The Storm Spirit going to be used, though. Moon Queen going to be thrown in the air. She's going to come down. She gets the Shrunken Head off. That is, of course, huge. In come the auto attacks. Torture going to start running in the meantime. The Glaive's bouncing around. Void Talisman going off right there, but the Moonbeam's doing even extra damage because of that. And Tempest will fall. Moraxis being caught on. The Mummy Walls are up. Torture just sitting back here, trying to do enough damage. The Sacrificial Shrine is still well alive. Down goes Pharaoh, actually, and now Moon Queen. Her cooldowns are down, so this is your chance, maybe. Torture going in here, trying to put in the auto dice. It's just not enough, though. The support is too much, and Complexity will take game number 1. Holy crap. It took forever. Trademark Esports, I got to give them so much credit there for sticking in a game. That, again, it just seemed like they had the much tougher time throughout most of it. But Complexity, the Moon Queen, it does pull through in the end.
Wow. That was ridiculous. Honestly, for what was a very slow start, it built up to an insane finish. Trademark. I cannot believe the composure they had. The windows. God, that was close.
Okay, now let's be honest though. I mean, when you do look at the situation, Trademark Esports, they're the ones that didn't get a kill. Neither team got a kill for the first 22 minutes of the game.
Yeah. It
seems like if you're a team like, especially a makeup like tdM's going up against a Moon Queen makeup, you got to take some fault there if you're Trademark Esports. I mean, ultimately, you allowed a Moon Queen to just 100% free farm. I'm sure Complexity did their part to make that happen, but...
Well, we said at the start, it is a very, very rare day where we see a completely unchecked Moon Queen free farming her lane to not carry in the end. It happens. It does happen, but you're going up against a huge risk. Obviously, they felt confident with it. They had their game plan. They almost executed it. It was very, very close.
Yeah.
But in the end...
Whew. Well. Complexity does take game number 1, so that's what matters. The end results, they get the victory, and we now have a game number 2, of course, that we need to be jumping into here into shortly. With that said, though, we really do need a break after that one.
Yeah.
Going to kind of recoup ourselves and everything, but we have, I'm sure, what's going to be an exciting finish here. Will Complexity sweep the series to face Lions in the grand finals, or will Trademark Esports force a third and final game here, Emperor? It is going to be a blast to find out. Stay tuned here on Honcast.com. We got game number 2 coming up next.